We take you now to Grover's Mill, New Jersey.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Carl Phillips again, out of the Wilmouth Farm, Grover's Mill, New Jersey. Professor Pearson and myself made the 11 miles from Princeton in 10 minutes. Well, I hardly know where to begin to paint for you a word picture of this strange scene before my eyes, like something out of a modern Arabian Nights. Well, I just got here. I haven't had a chance to look around yet. I guess that's it. Yes, I guess that's the thing directly in front of me, half buried in a vast pit. Must have struck with terrific force. The ground's covered with splinters of the tree. It must have struck on its way down. What I can see of the object itself doesn't look very much like a meteor, at least not the meteors I've seen. It looks more like a huge cylinder. It has a diameter of, well, what did you say, Professor Pearson?
What's that?
What did you say? What's the diameter of this?
Oh, about 30 yards.
About 30 yards. The metal on the sheath is, well, I've never seen anything like it. The color is sort of a yellowish white. Curious spectators are now pressing close to the object in spite of the efforts of the police to keep them back. They're getting in front of my line of vision. Would you mind standing to one side, please?
One side there, one side.
While the policemen are pushing the crowd back, here is Mr. Wilmouth, owner of the farm here. He may have some interesting facts to add. Mr. Wilmouth, would you please tell the radio audience as much as you remember of this rather unusual visitor that's dropped in your backyard? Step closer, please. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Wilmouth.
Well, I was listening to the
closer
radio.
and louder, please.
Pardon me?
Louder, please, and closer.
Yes, sir. I was listening to the radio, kind of drowsing. That professor fellow was talking about Mars, so I was half dozing and half...
Yes, Mr. Wilmouth, and what happened?
Well, I was saying, I was listening to the radio, kind of halfway.
Yes, Mr. Wilmouth, and then you saw something.
Well, now, first off, I heard something.
And what did you hear?
A hissing sound, like this. Kind of like a 4th of July rocket.
Yes, and then what?
I turned my head out the window and would have swore I was to sleep and dreaming.
Yes?
I seen that kind of greenish streak, and then zingo, something smacked the ground, knocked me clean out of my chair.
Well, were you frightened, Mr. Wilmouth?
Well, I ain't quite sure. I reckon I was kind of right.
Thank you, Mr. Wilmouth. Thank you very much.
Want me to tell you some more?
No, that's quite all right. That's plenty. Ladies and gentlemen, you just heard Mr. Wilmouth, owner of the farm where this thing has fallen. I wish I could convey the atmosphere, the background of this fantastic scene. Hundreds of cars are parked in a field in Bacchus, and the police are trying to rope off the roadway leading into the farm, but it's no use. They're breaking through. Cars' headlights now throw an enormous spotlight on the pit where the object's half buried. Now, some of the more daring souls are now venturing near the edge. Their silhouettes stand out against the metal sheen. One man wants to touch the thing. He's having an argument with a policeman. The policeman wins. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there is something I had not mentioned in all of this excitement, but now it's becoming more distinct. Perhaps you've caught it already on your radio. Listen, please. Do you hear it? It's a curious humming sound that seems to be coming from inside the object. I'll move the microphone nearer now. Now, we're not more than 25 feet away. Can you hear it now? Oh, Professor Pearson.
Yes, Mr. Phillips.
Can you tell us the meaning of that scraping noise inside the thing?
Well, possibly the uncooling surface of its interior surfaces.
Well, I see. Do you think it's a meteor, Professor?
I don't know what to think. Metal casing is definitely extraterrestrial, not found on this Earth. Friction with the Earth's atmosphere usually tears holes in a meteorite. This thing is smooth, as you can see, a cylinder.
Just a minute. Something's happening. Ladies and gentlemen, this is terrific. This end of the thing is beginning to flake off. The top is beginning to rotate like a screw, and the thing must be hollow.
Stand back there! Stand back! Keep those idiots back!
She's on! Look out there!
Stand back!
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the most terrifying thing I've ever witnessed. Wait a minute. Someone's crawling out of the hollow top. Someone or something. I can see peering out of that black hole 2 luminous discs. Are they eyes? It might be a face. It might be... Oh, good heavens! Something is wriggling out of the shadow like a gray snake. Now it's another one, and another one, and another one. They look like tentacles animals to me. I can see the thing's body now. It's large as a bear, and it glistens like wet leather. But that face, ladies and gentlemen, it's indescribable. I can hardly force myself to keep looking at it so often. The eyes are black and gleam like a serpent. The mouth is V-shaped, with saliva dripping from its rimless lips seem to quiver and pulsate. The monster, or whatever it is, can hardly move. It seems weighed down, possibly by gravity or something. The thing's rising up now. The crowd falls back now. They've seen plenty. This is the most extraordinary experience, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot find words. I'll pull this microphone with me as I talk. I'll have to stop the description until I can take a new position. Hold on, will you please? I'll be right back.